Hey y'all, it's Callie, and today I'm going to be doing an unhaul for you guys. I felt like my bookshelves were pretty overcrowded, and I wanted to just kind of take off some of the books that have kind of been placeholders and just books that are on my shelf for the sake of having books on my shelves that I either wasn't interested in or read and didn't really enjoy that much, or it was just like, I liked it but not that much, not enough for it to really make a difference. So I have 25 or 26, I can't remember exactly, but it's somewhere near that number. And I am super excited to tell you guys about these. These are all either going to friends who wanted them, or they will be, I'm going to take a bunch of them to Second and Charles, and then as well to libraries or Goodwills or other places to donate them. So they will definitely find themselves good homes. The first book I'm unhauling is The Book of Spells, a private prequel by Kate Bryan. This is like the prequel to like a 20-book series that didn't interest me. So even though I got this for free, I had no interest at all. It's about, the back says, charming girls, fine breeding, perfect manners, black magic. The Billings School established 1915 where the girls are witches. With it being such a long series and having so many other books I'm interested in reading and only having this one, I figured I might as well give this one to someone who would really enjoy it. The next two books I have are A 16th Summer, Pulled Under, and Swept Away, both by Michelle Dalton. These are just cute little contemporaries about somebody's summer after they turn 16. I enjoyed them, I just didn't particularly love them, couldn't really tell you anything about them other than like reading the back. And I think my mom got these at Scholastic Warehouse sales, which is where a lot of these books came from, so I just figured why keep them on my shelf if I'm not enjoying them and let somebody else enjoy them. Next book is Heist Society by Allie Carter. This one I believe is obviously about a heist. I'm not really sure what this one is about other than that. I haven't read it, but it just didn't interest me a lot, and so I'm going to send it on to someone else who will enjoy it. The next one is also by Allie Carter, and that is I'd Tell You I Love You, but Then I'd Have to Kill You. I know that this is part of a series that a lot of people enjoyed when they were younger, and I'm not really interested in reading younger series, and again, it's a series and I'm trying to not start new series as much since I have so many on my shelf. So I'm going to be handing this on. This is in like perfect condition. It's a really nice quality book. So I will hand this on to the next person. Then I have The List by Siobhan Vivian. This was a really good read, but I didn't love it, so I'm going to send it on to the next person. This one was about a school where every year there's a list released where it has for each of the 4 high school grades the prettiest and ugliest girl in the grade. And it was all about how that can affect the girls. It followed a few different girls and how it affected their everyday lives. I think it even followed a couple random girls at the school that had no association. So it was just really interesting to see how that can impact people and how they tried to stop it and all of that craziness. It was really, really good. If I remember correctly, the last line was really good. It's talking about how the popular kids aren't always the best. I just really enjoyed the message of this story, but I didn't love it enough to keep. Then I have Just Like the Movies by Kelly Fior. This is another Scholastic Warehouse sale book. This was just a cute little contemporary romancy read. It was cute, but again, I wasn't memorable and somebody else would enjoy this a lot more than I did. Then I have Smart Girls Get What They Want by Sarah Strohmeyer. This I really loved in middle school, but I feel like my tastes have changed, and although I enjoyed it, I don't love it currently, and it's not in the best condition. The spine is really cracked. So I just didn't like having it on my shelves, so I figured I might as well send it on. It does have a really cute dog on the back. He's so cute. Then I have Tales from My Closet by Jennifer Ann Moses. This is another Scholastic Warehouse sale book. This was just kind of like a 90210 thing, I think. I can't really remember, but it was just, the tagline says closed drama friends. So seems kind of like the title suggests, So I just didn't absolutely love it, can't really remember much about it, so I might as well send it on to the next person. Then I have If I Stay by Gail Foreman. I read this on ebook a really long time ago in middle school, and I liked it, but when I got a copy and it's paperback, I was just kind of like, eh. And I know a lot of people do love this story, so I can give it to someone who would love to have it. This is about a girl whose family is in a car accident, I believe, and so she survives, but she's in a coma. So it's her having an out-of-body experience, trying to figure out if she wants to continue living or if she would like to fade away, kind of deal. Just kind of looking back over her life and what has gone on and should she continue. And I have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. You might be wondering, why do you have this? You were just so excited in your book haul. I am, but I got a hardback version and I'm trying to collect more hardbacks, so I'm going to donate this one to someone who will really enjoy this because I know it is a very beloved story, so if someone can have access to this story, I would love to give that chance to them. This story, I believe, is about a school sort of situation or orphanage for children who have these weird abilities, and it's all based around these really creepy pictures that the author Ransom Riggs has found throughout. So throughout the story, there are just random pictures and things that relate back into the story, and it is just supposed to be really cool. Then I have Teen Idol by Meg Cabot. I recently read this, and it was okay. It was kind of a twist on the pop star comes undercover to town and then his identity is released to the town. It was kind of a twist on that because the female protagonist doesn't end up with him, but I didn't love it, but it was still really cute, so I can give it to someone else who will enjoy it even more than I did. Then I have Bounce by Natasha Friend, which I also read pretty recently. This is a middle grade novel about a girl who is struggling with the fact that her dad is marrying a new woman and she's joining a very large family. There are a bunch of kids, her six children, so it's just a big adjustment for her being 13, and so it's kind of all the things that are wrapped into that and kind of accepting that her dad has moved on from her mom and how she can fit into the new family. Then I have Two Summers by Amy Friedman. I believe this is kind of like a story where she is either in the past or the future, kind of looking back and seeing how things would be different if she stayed at home during the summer or traveled during the summer, I believe, to France. But it was cute, but again, I didn't absolutely love it. I don't remember anything about it, and I remember more about this one, but I just didn't absolutely love it, and the spine is cracked. I used to purposely crack my spines in middle school, which is so annoying to me now. Some people don't mind it. I do now. I don't know why I did it then. So yes. Then I have Backlash and In Case You Missed It by Sarah Dare Littman. These were both stories, I believe, about the effect of social media on teenage girls. I believe one was a girl being catfished, and I can't really remember. It was just very intense. The messages were really good, but I just don't really remember enough about these. I remember enjoying them kind of, but I don't really feel the need to have them on my shelves anymore. Then I have Chasing Brooklyn by Lisa Schroeder. This is actually, when I was looking for books to unhaul, it's actually written poems. And that's really interesting, but this, I just didn't interest me. It's about a girl her boyfriend died a year ago, and then her best friend dies, and then it also follows the storyline of the boyfriend's brother. So it's kind of I think I wasn't really clear, and I didn't want to read it if it turned into a romance between the two, so I'm going to be handing it on to the next one. Hopefully they will enjoy this. Then I have Beautiful by Amy Reed, and this one is one I haven't read yet, but it's about a girl who moves into a small town and decides to shed her good girl ways. It just seemed really cliche, and I wasn't that interested in it. It looks like it's pretty good, but I'm just gonna pass on this one and give it to someone else. Then I have the Maze Runner movie tie-in edition. I just am getting rid of this because we already have another copy at the house that matches, and because the spine does not match the other ones, and since we have another copy of the Maze Runner in that edition, I figured we would just get rid of this one because it was just taking up space, and we didn't love the series that much because I was the last one in my family to read it actually. But it was just, this one is about this dystopian society where a boy wakes up in a maze situation with a bunch of other boys, and then one girl shows up, and it's about how they try to change the world they live in and figure out what's going on. Then we have Scribbler of Dreams by Mary E. Pearson. This is, reading the back, it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and I just was not interested because there's the whole like families hate each other, and I was like, I did not like Romeo and Juliet when I had to read it freshman year, and if I have other books I'm more interested in, I might as well pass this one on to someone else who will enjoy it. Then I have The Barcode Prophecy by Suzanne Wein. I read this in like 2 hours because it's like 180 pages, but I did not really enjoy this one. It was not fleshed out enough, and it just felt really rushed, and even then there were parts that I just didn't mesh with. This one is where every person has a barcode on them, and it's pretty much your entire identity, and there are people that are starting to rebel because you get your barcode. I believe it's 17 or 18, and it's about people rebelling and starting to not get barcodes and kind of the things that go along with this. I think this is a series, but it felt like it was the end of a whole book, the end, even though it was the beginning. It was really confusing and I didn't really enjoy it. Next, I am unhauling the Chloe by Design series by Margaret Gurevich. This was a really cute series and I really loved it. It was when I was really into like Project Runway and all those like TV shows where it was like kids or teens making clothes and all that kind of stuff. That might be the totally wrong TV show, but that's just like, I can't remember the name of it. But it was really fun because it was all about this girl who is she joins a competition like a Project Runway or whatever it's called, and then she really wants to win, and of course she ends up winning, and it's all about her doing an internship and maybe going to college, and it was just so cute. And throughout there are some sketches of the designs, and it was just a really cute little series, but because there's a mix of a hardback and paperbacks and the spines are cracked and it is a middle grade and I enjoyed it but I didn't love it, I'm going to pass it on to someone else so they can enjoy the wonderful fun I had with Chloe by Design. Also, these covers are gorgeous. The whole watercolor with the designs on the front, like, it's so pretty. And they're pretty diverse because like this one is a white girl with blonde hair, and this one is, she looks a little bit darker but she's got brown hair, and then Balancing Act she looks African American, she has black skin and dark hair. This was just such a fun series, and I hope someone else can enjoy it as much as I did when I was younger. So those are all of the 25 or 26 books I'm going to be unhauling. I just feel so refreshed having my shelves emptier. There are a few more, but I needed just a little bit of space fill on my shelves, so I kept a few that I was on the fence about. So my shelves feel so much cleaner, and I just really like the way they're kind of set up right now, and I am just loving that. I never in my wildest dreams, like 6 months ago, thought that I would ever do an unhaul, but it's just really refreshing to kind of say, like, sit down and think and say, okay, this was good, but do you even remember what it's about? Or like, okay, you enjoyed this when you were 13, but you're 17 now. Why do you really need to keep this disgusting looking book? So, not that any of them look disgusting, it's just they look used, I would say. So I will definitely be donating those. I cannot wait to see them go to good homes. And yeah, comment down below which one you would keep if you were keeping one, or if there's one that you would be interested in that you haven't heard of before. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!